Don't become a high ticket closer. And listen, I know that sounds crazy coming from someone who peaked at over $40,000 a month high ticket closing, but people are lying to you. Everyone on YouTube telling you to jump right into high ticket closing, land an offer, start from scratch, you'll make $1,000 per call. What they aren't telling you is that 99% of you will fail miserably, and then you'll just go ahead and quit your very first month. And if you don't know me, my name is Russell. I'm 17. I've been in the high ticket sales space for about a year and a half now. And over the past year and a half, I've seen hundreds and hundreds of people try and skip steps and go straight to closing, sometimes failing miserably. And I've seen hundreds of others taking it the right way and becoming successul with it. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what to do instead of becoming a closer, how it's faster, better, easier, and how you can very easily get to your first 5K per month. So if you're thinking about getting into high ticket sales, yes, this might be a pivot for you, but it also might be the most important video that you watch. So I'll map out what happens to 99% of people who try to get started in high ticket closing. So step one, they watch a YouTube video. They hear that they can make a giant commission checks of $1,000 to $2,000. They get super excited. They start reaching out to business owners saying, hey, I'm a closer. Do you need me? Maybe the 50th business owner says, hey, we got a prospect tomorrow. Hop on with them. We'll see how you do. They get on the call. They have no idea how to follow a process, no clue how to pitch the product, no idea how to handle objections. They get absolutely destroyed by the prospect and they get fired from the offer. Now, after the business owner fires them and they weren't able to get the prospect over the gap, now they think high ticket sales is a scam. They leave the industry, they quit, and they leave a bigger gap for people like you who might want to take the right steps and get started with this. I've literally seen this exact scenario play out probably dozens of times now. So listen, just take my word for it, and this is what you need to do instead of getting started straight away with high ticket closing. You should really start as an appointment setter. And before you click off thinking that appointment setting makes you less money, please listen. Yes, I understand that closers make more money per deal, but this is what people don't tell you. A good or great appointment setter will always 10 times out of 10 make more money than a bad closer. A good appointment setter can make $5, $10, or even $15,000 per month consistently, while a bad closer will make nothing. And as an appointment setter, even if you are not the best of the best and you're just pretty good, if you're putting up reps, eventually they will close and you will make consistent income. And besides that, besides making the 5, 10, 15 grand a month and being able to start as an appointment setter, if you want to eventually become a closer, you can certainly do that. So let me break down a couple reasons why this is the right thing to do, why this is the right path to start with. Number one, you get to learn the entire sales process. As an appointment setter, you get to see everything. You see how the leads come in, you see how they're handled, you see the best way that you can book them on a call, you see why they show up, why they don't show up, and you also get to see how the closers are handling those deals, if they're closing, if they're not, why they are, why they aren't. You get to see all of it. By the time you're ready to transition to closing, you'll already understand an entire basic funnel, which makes it 100 times easier to close deals. You'll know what works and what doesn't, but most importantly, you'll know that offer 100 times more than somebody who has never worked with it before. Now, the second reason is it's about 50 times easier to get started. Getting hired as an appointment setter is so much easier than getting hired as a closer. It's not even funny. Why? Because business owners know that if you mess up one conversation, yes, it sucks, but all you're doing is losing a potential appointment. As a closer, if you mess up a call, you're losing $5,000 to $10,000 in revenue for that business owner. Business owners, and trust me, I am one, are much more likely to take a chance on an appointment setter that's a dog or grinder willing to get in there and do the work than a closer who has no experience whatsoever and is just trying. Reason number three is you're going to make money while you learn. This is huge because as an appointment setter, you can still get started, not know everything, but just be willing to just put in the volume, put in the work, and you'll still be hired. As you're learning, as you're getting better and better, you'll still be making $250 to $500 appointment. And I've even seen beginners make $4,000 to $5,000 a month. Compare that to closing, where you will literally make $0 until you learn how to close. It's a big difference. Reason 4 is that there is a lot less pressure, and therefore it's a lot easier to learn the skill. Appointment setting calls are naturally low pressure situations. All you're trying to do is get somebody to book a call. You're not trying to get somebody to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, and therefore it's a lot easier. Because it's less pressure, you have more time to make mistakes, correct your mistakes, master tonality, get good at having conversations, understand the funnel, and just learn and just get better overall. You need to build confidence in sales. If you aren't confident, you won't make anything. And as an appointment setter, you have the chance to build that confidence. Versus as a closer, if you're jumping right into it, I've seen people get torn apart and within weeks they have no confidence left whatsoever. So now that you're bought in, I'm going to explain to you the real path that actually works, that I've seen work for dozens and dozens, if not, I can say hundreds and hundreds of people in the past. Month 1, you should start learning appointment setting. Can you land an offer by the end of the month? Yes, but your main focus for the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks should be learning. Now, by month 2, you should focus on landing yourself a solid offer so that by months 2, 3, and 4, you can start practicing, you can start getting good at appointment setting and start scaling your income a little bit. By the end of month 4 to the beginning of month 5, I want you to start observing closes. Start watching the closing calls that your closers are taking, maybe even shadow them on some of the calls. Talk to them about how you can get better. Start doing these things. Start to get yourself a little bit deeper into the closing space. Now, month 6, transition to closing. By this time, you should be ready to switch to closing. You should have already made 10, 20, maybe even $30,000 as an appointment setter. But more importantly, you should be comfortable in your offer. You should be in an established one, and you should have enough confidence in your skill as a setter to where you can speak to your offer owner and you can convince them to let you take some closing calls. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're telling me, Russell, this is going to take so much more time. This is going to take so long to where I can finally get to closing. But listen, this is not true. The reality is that people who try and skip directly to closing, if they don't quit, it takes them at least 6 months to start getting good enough to make any real money whatsoever. The people who start with setting are making 3 to 5 grand a month, sometimes even 10. And then by that 6-month point, they've made enough money and they've also gotten better than those who would have just started in trying to learn closing in the first place. Now, somebody I want to compare this to is one of my students, Connor. Nowadays, Connor makes 30 to 40 grand a month as a closer, but it wasn't always this way. Connor reached out to me when he was working a corporate remote sales job, making 1 to 2, maybe 3 grand a month. He was slaving away. He was working corporate. It was not a fun situation whatsoever. Now, instead of being stupid, he listened to me. He started with phone setting. Now, once Connor had put in enough work learning over the first, 2-3 weeks, I was able to land him a pretty solid offer as a phone setter. He started setting for the first couple months, and once he was a top performer, making anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000 a month as a phone setter, by about month 4 or 5, maybe month 6, he decided to transition to closing. And this is where we're at now, where for the past 3 months, Connor has made $30,000 to $40,000 a month consistently. He's almost made $100,000 as a closer. Now, these are the skills that you're actually going to need in order to master appointment setting so you can be better as a closer later. Number 1 is understanding qualification. This is something that people overlook, but it's very, very important. And what this means is understanding who has money and who doesn't, who's qualified and who isn't, who's serious and who isn't, who you should book on a call. The reason this is important later is because as a closer, it's important to identify when somebody is qualified and when somebody isn't. Number 2 is the discovery process. You need to understand how to bring somebody through a question-answer process and get them warmed up enough to want to either book that appointment or want to close. Now, I'm not going to get too specific about this process in this video, but other videos on my channel already cover it. The most important thing is building enough of a problem or enough pain and building enough of a gap to get somebody to want to book a call. The next thing is offer knowledge. Another thing that people overlook is actually understanding the offer that you're on. Now, this doesn't mean only get on offers where you already understand them. What this means is you should really dedicate a couple days at the beginning of everything to study and learn that offer so that once you get on it, you can perform to the best of your ability. And the last thing is conversation flow / tonality. It's very, very important to learn how to hold a conversation with somebody, how to have smooth transitions, how to have good tonality, good inflection, good speed. And if you're able to learn that as an appointment setter, it's going to make your job as a closer so much easier. I can't even overstate that enough. That is probably the most important thing and the key to becoming a good sales rep. So listen, now that you've watched this video, I hope it's clear to you that you should not become a high ticket closer, at least overnight. What you should do is start with appointment setting, master the fundamentals, and once you're good enough, focus on transitioning to closing. The ones who follow this path are the ones who are making the most serious money in high ticket sales. The ones who try and skip these and fail are the ones who DM me all the time saying, hey, this is a scam. You now have the roadmap. So the question is, are you going to do it the right way? Or are you going to try and skip steps like everybody else? If you want additional help getting started with appointment setting or high ticket sales, and you want my direct scripts or offer placement or just access to myself in general, either DM me on Instagram or check out my link in the description. It's where you can potentially book a call with somebody from my team, see if you're a good fit, and then maybe even get some guidance from me in the future. But whether you work with me or not, please take my word for it. Start with setting. Your future self will thank you. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more help with high ticket sales or just making money online in general. And I will see you in the next video.